you are going to attract people that lie to you. Some people say, I always attract partners, they lie to me, I hate lies, I'm always honest with them. And yes, you are honest with them, but with yourself. Are you honest with yourself? Because I can tell you that they feel that. How is the relationship with you? Because if you lie to yourself, other people will feel that it's okay to lie to you. Hello everyone! So we are starting another live. Today we are going to talk about, the topic is why your partners keep breaking your heart, the hidden cause. So I want to start by telling a bit about the topics of, I'm not sure if you can hear the storm, it is really bad now. So I hope the internet and the electricity will be just fine. So we are going to talk about three main things that is essential to have in a relationship. The first one is a good self-esteem from both parties of the relationship, freedom in the relationship, and relationships should be in constant evolution and transformation in the same direction. So now I'm going to talk about each of the topics, and let's start with the self-esteem. And I want you to memorize this phrase and write down the phrase if you need. That is, nobody likes a person that doesn't like themselves. I'm going to repeat again so you can write it down. Nobody likes a person that doesn't like themselves. And that's why we hear sometimes people saying, for someone else to love you, you need to love yourself first. Because it's true, nobody is going to love you if you don't love yourself. And why? There is like a little secret that I want to tell you about today. That is, other people treat us not as we treat them, but as we treat ourselves. I'm going to repeat again. Sorry, my throat today is a bit dry. So, other people treat us not as we treat them, but as we treat ourselves. Have you ever noticed that some women don't really take very good care about a guy, or they are always mistreating that guy, and looks like the guy likes them even more, is always after them, they do everything for them. So if it was true that other people treat us as we treat them, in this case, this guy will treat, not the opposite, this woman would treat that guy as he's treating her. And the opposite happens as well. So some women that are crazy about a man and they really don't care too much about them. And this happened because our external world is a copy, a reflection from our internal world. So other people will treat you as you treat yourself, and it can be romantic, or it can be the way your mom treats you or your friends treat you. So all of the relationships are based on that. And I'm going to give you some examples because I think it's easier to understand with examples. Imagine that you lie to yourself in the sense, imagine that if deep down you really don't like your job, you hate your job, but you tell yourself, it's a good job, you should stay, it can't get you far, it could be worse. This is a form of lying to yourself, because your essence is telling you, I don't like this job. And you try to get excuses. And imagine that if deep down you don't like a particular friend, or you don't feel very good with that friend, but you keep telling to yourself, No, they are a good friend. It's good to be with them. Again, you're lying to yourself. And what are you going to attract if you do this in really different aspects of your life? You are going to attract people that lie to you. And some people say, oh, I always attract partners, they lie to me, I hate lies, I'm always honest with them. And yes, you are honest with them, but with yourself. Are you honest with yourself? Because I can tell you that they feel that. How is the relationship with you? Because if you lie to yourself, other people will feel that it's okay to lie to you. And this is an unconscious process. It's not that they look at you and they see something that says, no, we can lie to this person. It's not that. It's an unconscious process. But it's all about the energy. The person is with you and somehow you have an energy that they feel, yeah, this person, I can lie to this person. Imagine other example. If you constantly force yourself to do things, what do you feel like you're going to attract? Partners and people that will make you, that will try to force you to do things, or they will will guide more your life together than you, because again, your energy, your reflection is that it's okay if someone try to force you to do things. It's okay with you because you already do that to yourself. Imagine that you wanting to be at home relaxing and a friend calls you, oh please can you come out, or I need to speak with someone, but what you really wanted is to be at home relaxing. And imagine that you make the sacrifice to go out to be with this friend. This is forcing you to do things. Imagine that you are a person that you abandon yourself. You don't know what you like, you don't know your goals, you don't know what you want to do, you really don't really like yourself. You are going to attract people that are going to abandon you. Then imagine that you don't say or express the things you love and the things that you don't like. Imagine that you're just a person that goes with the wind. What other people want is what you want. So you actually don't express yourself and don't show what you love. This is a form of betraying yourself. So again, what are you going to attract? People that will betray yourself or will make you submissive to them. And I think you kind of understand now that everything is a reflection, and other people only treat us as we allow to be treated. And this is a bit of a sensitive topic, but I feel like I should talk about it. That is, like when there is violence in relationships. Imagine this person is being aggressive to this one. If this person didn't have any violence in them and didn't allow anyone to be violent to them, as soon as this person shows a little bit of aggression or violence, this person would stand up and say, no, I don't allow that, and we'll move on. But the problem is people stay. There is the first sign of violence, the person stays. Second sign of violence, the person stays. And we'll just escalate until the point that is like physical, is verbal, is psychological. But that's because this person kind of allowed that behavior towards her or him. Okay? This is not an excuse for this person to be violent. It's just for you to know that if you are this person, you need to leave. Don't allow anyone to treat you like that. So when you understand that everything is a reflection from your internal world, the only thing that you need to do now is to take care of the relationship that you have with yourself. And then the outside will match. And then the opposite will happen. When you have a good self-esteem, you love yourself, you admire yourself, you take care of yourself, then the other people feel that and they want to be close to you. They can't get enough of you. Of course, like, you have a lovely energy, everyone wants to be around you. And then you will notice that people will start to love you, but then you don't need their love. So it's like, oh, okay, like, now I don't need it. But it always works like that, okay? First you, and then the others, and then you might not even need the love from the others, but starts with you, okay? So, first topic, self-esteem is the base of good relationships. Then, second, freedom. If in a relationship you don't let your partner be free, or you are not free, that relationship will never work. And you might be questioning, but what is being free? It's a concept, isn't it? But being free is, and if you want to write this down, you can as well. Being free is feeling comfortable to act, say, and think the way you want without your partner making you feel bad about it. Okay? Being free is feeling comfortable to act, say, and think the way you want without your partner making you feel bad about it. Because some partners, they let the other one free to do what they want with actions, but the signs can be very tiny. They don't respect your opinions, or every time you talk about something, it feels like they really don't accept it, or they try to say that you're wrong, or so, like, the signs can be very tiny. And being free, you need to be free in these three areas: to think, to say, to act. And you need to be aware of the opposite as well. If you let your partner to be free in actions, in words, and in what they think. I'll give you an example. Imagine that your partner has habits or addictions that you really don't like, and you can't accept, and you feel like you can't deal with those habits and addictions. Or you learn how to live with it, or you should leave. Because what is bad is to stay in that relationship hoping that someday that person will change. And there is no point in trying someone else to change, because people only change when they want to change. It's not because you get upset, it's not because you go away, it's not because of nothing. If they want, they will change. But we need to save our energy. We can't be living for someone else. So if that person has a destructive behaviors and you feel like you don't want that to your life, you might need to leave. Imagine that they have some children, like children from other relationships, and even if you wanted to accept it, you feel like deep down you can't accept that. So two options again: or you learn how to accept it and accept it like truly, or you might need to leave as well. So in a relationship, you need to feel free, and the other person also needs to be free. In the case that the other person doesn't allow you somehow to act, think, or say things with freedom, it's time to get away. And of course, first talk with the person, because communication is the base of the basis. So you explain, I don't feel very good in this area. When I say this, feels like you always don't accept it. So first explain yourself. But if you say once, twice, 3 times, and the person is still behaving in the same way, might be better to leave. Each case is different, and each case is is a case, isn't it? But if you don't feel free, you are not going to be happy, and the other person as well. So, second base, freedom. That's what we all want. And then, third, evolution, transformation in the same direction. So, as humans, it's normal to change. It's good to change. It's natural. So, if you've been married for 25 years, don't expect that the person that you are married now is the same person you got married 25 years ago, because you are not the same person, they are not the same person. So people grow, but some people grow together and some people grow apart. The famous we grew apart. So transformation is good, right? But sometimes, like, growing apart is inevitable. It happens. But in my opinion, I think it happens more often when people don't put an effort in. So imagine if you and your partner are always growing together, transformating, like one helps the other one to transform, and you're always growing together, life doesn't have any reason to separate you two, because you are doing what is supposed to be done. But the opposite can happen. If you two just get to a point where you are stuck and no one is transformed themselves, no one is growing, there is no adventure, there is nothing there, probably life will need to separate you two. But going back to the growing together, if you have a partner, make sure that every time you learn something new, you share that with the other person. So imagine you went to do a course and you feel like that course just opened your mind, it taught you a lot of things. When you arrive home, share that with your partner. Tell them, I learned this, it changed my mind on this, it changed my mind on that. So share that with them for them to have access to that new information. If you're reading a book that is changing your mind, tell them also to read it, or get the topics, the thing that you like more with that book, and tell them. So keep them updated and ask them to do the same with you. So ask them, how was your day? What did you learn? How are you feeling? And if they go to do a new course, ask them, so what did you learn? What is interesting? Try to be constantly growing. So you go to the world, you learn these things, and then you bring to the partner. And the partner does the same. Learns things and brings to you. And even after doing this, if it happens that you two grow apart, that's okay. Let it go. But don't lose someone just because you didn't put the effort in, because you chose not to share the things you learn with them, or you chose not to listen to them or not to hear them. So I think that is very important. What helps us can help them as well. So it's good to share and to keep them updated of our development, because that can become their development as well. And that is the third one. I'm going to read them again. That first one, for good relationships, good self-esteem from both of you. Second, freedom in the relationship. Third, the relationship needs to be in constant evolution and in the same direction. Okay? So, is there any questions? You can, I know this sometimes takes a bit long. You can also send me a message with any questions after listening to this live. And I hope this live helped you. And you let me know if you need anything, as always. Thank you so much. Have a good day.